Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Jeffrey Lazarus, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. If you remember in the last episode, we actually made it into and through what some people consider to be the most difficult area of the game, Anor Londo. Now that we have arrived at this bonfire, I feel it is time to actually use some of these collected souls that I have. I actually don't have a whole lot of them, but I do have some rather large ones. So, I'm going to clear out my inventory very quickly here and use all of our collected souls so that I can level up, because I prefer to be right around level 50 for this area, and we are way far off from level 50. Also, you can see our old friend Solera of Astora sitting there behind us. We'll talk to him momentarily, but first we have a few levels we need to gain. Before we do that, let's check out our equipment again, and we have the Core of the Iron Golem, Soul of Quelaag. I'm going to hang on to those. I may use those for something later on. For the time being, I believe the best things that we can have equipped... Actually, we're going to equip the Black Eye Orb. Because no, actually, you know what? We're not going to equip the Black Eye Orb. Never mind. We'll worry about that later. What I am going to equip is my Humanity once again. And I think that's actually all I really need at this point. So let's go ahead and talk to Solera and see what he has to say.
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you.
So once again, he's just telling us about summoning. We can see there's actually somebody else hanging out here today. That's good, because we're going to need some help shortly. For now, let's go ahead and get some levels. You can see I'm level 40, 41, 42. That's not bad. It's not quite where I want to be. But still, not necessarily too low of a level for the area, just not where I want to be. Also, we can see some summon signs around. There you can see a Warrior of Sunlight. It's not actually Solera, but it's a guy cosplaying as Solera. Oh, there's a... Alright, cool. I'm glad to know these are here, but I don't need you guys right now. So, we're going to do a little exploring before we start summoning people, because there are some areas I want to open up, plus I would like to level up a little bit more. Oh, boy. Oh, wow, I just messed that up royally. Alright. So here we have a Silver Knight guarding a chest. This is a spear-wielding Silver Knight, my least favorite variety. Oh, what? Oh, God. Wrong button. Alright, back up. Can we get out the doorway? Yes, we can. And yes, I'm backstab fishing this guy because I absolutely hate the spear-wielding ones. I don't mind the rest of them. The ones with the spears, pain in my ass. There, backstab. Die. Get out of my way, you piece of garbage. Couldn't even drop me a weapon or anything. But over here in this chest, we're going to find a couple of, three in fact, Sunlight medals. So if you're in the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, as I believe I explained before, those are rewards for that covenant that will allow you to rank up. There's 3 free ones right there. All you got to do is get through a Silver Knight. So now we're going to head over this way, and we are going to first come around the staircase, parry and riposte this Black Knight. 380 damage. I may have to do it one more time to take him out. But if you stand right up on him like that, I did take some damage from that as a partial parry, but you can goad him into doing that same attack twice, and that's a fairly easy takedown. Now, this door is going to be locked. This door on the other side should open right up. And what we're going to find in here is, oh, it's a little storeroom. Except, as always, there is an illusory wall. If I can actually hit it. And this is going to lead us to an interesting little room with an interesting bunch of items in it. So as we come down here, we'll just make our way across the room. There's no enemies down here, so nothing really to worry about. This first chest on the right will contain 2 pieces of an armor set, Havel's leggings and gauntlets. We haven't actually encountered Havel yet, but we will go back and kill him later. He is roaming around somewhere, which makes it a little strange that his stuff is here, as well as his shield and his epic weapon, the Dragon Tooth. But now we see this other chest, slightly out of place. And if you watched the episodes in Sense Fortress, you already know what's happening here. It is yet another mimic. So a lot of people will tell you to just hit every chest you open before you open it. It takes 2 seconds, yada 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 yada. He also drops the occult club, which will help us out later on. But a lot of people will just tell you to hit every chest. I have found it easier to A, look for the tells, and B, I've played through these areas enough that I know where all of the mimics are kind of hidden, so it's not that big of an issue. But the first time you encounter them, yeah, it can be absolutely terrifying. Now, the occult club, how is that going to help us later on? Well, remember I talked about divine weapons? Occult is an upgrade of divine weapons, in a manner of speaking. You have to have a weapon be divine in order to make it occult. So we can actually downgrade that club to a divine club for our purposes later on. I don't know if an occult club will actually work for what we need. So we make our way up these spiral staircases, and we're going to see there's a couple more chests, both of... Is it just the 2? Yes. There's 2 of these chests. They are both mimics, and they actually don't contain anything really worthwhile. So I'm not even going to bother killing them. They each contain some gold and silver coins that really don't have kind of any use whatsoever. Down here we have another one of these guys with the Dragonslayer bow. Oh, and he shield bashed me. Swing your sword. Eat a riposte. There we are. You'll notice I'm not too worried about my Estus at this point either. Now, we don't actually need to come and kill this guy because there isn't, really anything out here. But I have gone through the next room and had him follow me, and then I get ambushed from behind and kind of all hell breaks loose. This door also does not open from this side. This door, however, will open into a rather posh little bedroom. So let's go check out the 2 rooms on the other side. This one comes out in the very top of a room overlooking... You can see a silver knight down there, a couple of chests. We'll get there later, and I'll show you when we are actually there. And then this room, I believe, opens into another balcony room above a Titanite demon. So you can get an idea of what's actually down below us. Also, there's a soul of a hero over here. Oh, where did you come from? Apparently I forgot about a Black Knight. Or Silver Knight, I guess, in this case. Oh, boy. And he's got me pinned back in the corner. This may not end well. Alright. Well, I suppose... he shield bashed me. Oh, too quick with the parry there. Nope, still too quick. I need to heal badly. Get away from me. Let me through you. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna die here, most likely. Heal again. The sad part is, like, I can't even get my camera moved out of this area, so even if I wanted to parry him, I wouldn't be able to. There we are. Now the camera finally moves. Alright, fair enough. Died in the corner of a room, pinned by a Silver Knight in a fight that took entirely too long. Oh. Is he in the top of... He might be in the top of that room. Or he might have came from elsewhere. He might just be hanging out in the top of that room. Wish I could remember now. Oh well. Luckily, we don't have that far to go to get back there. So we will make our way through Anor Londo once again. You can see this Black Knight gets wrecked by the parry and riposte. Went the wrong direction. Up the stairs. There is also a shortcut off of these stairs that I've seen some people take, and I've taken it myself before as well. I'm not going to do it because I'll stand there for 5 minutes looking like an idiot trying to. But I think I walked past it. Ah, right there. Is that it? Huh. Now I'm curious. I have to check something. I don't believe you're actually supposed to see, like, trees and stuff through there. Yeah. That might just be a glitch. But if you jump off there, land on the walkway, that should actually get you to where you want to go. Yeah, see, there's supposed to be a staircase there, much like that. Alright. So let's go... There you are. There you are, Mr. Silver Knight. You haven't aggroed yet, so you can have one of these right in the face, you jackass. I blocked the second one. Oh, is he dead? He's dead. And this will allow me to get my souls back. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. It's good. 14,000 souls. Kinda worth it. So now that we are here, we actually need to go back through... Well, first we need to kill this guy again. Boop. Serpentine. Serpentine! Stab. Parry, riposte. That should deal with him. Let's go ahead and heal. Oh, he dropped an item. What did he drop? A single Dragonslayer arrow. So those are the large javelin-style arrows those archers are using, are the Dragonslayer arrows. So we're going to want to head through this room, and... Really? We're going to open this door, and then on our right, we're immediately going to have another sword-wielding Silver Knight. And if I can get my parry timing down again, there we are. Once you get to this point in the game, these guys, the sword-wielding ones specifically, are the easiest enemies to learn to parry against. Because they telegraph their attacks, and just something about the way their attack functions, the timing just feels so good that they are very easy to learn against. So, if you have trouble parrying and you've made it this far in the game, then practice up against those guys. It will save you a lot of headache in the long run, trust me. So here we have another guy with the Dragonslayer bow. Well, put the bow away again. Or just stand there with the bow out and let me backstab you. I won't complain. Heal, please. Don't heal in front of him. There we are. Okay, let's kill this guy. That was terrible. Oh, boy. And now we're going to head down this spiral staircase. And this is actually the same staircase we're on. In fact, it is two spiral... Yeah, you can tell, right? There's the chests and whatnot. It's actually two spiral staircases that loop around above one another. Kind of a cool idea. Cool little design. It does make it a little disorienting. And this actually drops us off here, which is the walkway we were looking at earlier. So to the left, we have the room with the Titanite demon. No desire to go in there. To the right, we have another room. And over here, we are going to see that there are, in fact, 2 Silver Knights. Crap, I was hoping to get moving before he aggroed. Alright, well, we're going to have to deal with the spear-wielding one. No way of getting around that, unfortunately. So, have a couple fireballs, you jackass. Can you tell I really don't like the spear ones? The sword ones I have no problems with at all. Well, for the most part. The ones with the spears always anger me. Now, typically, I would say, yeah, just go down and, fight the other Silver Knight and kill him. I actually don't want to aggro this guy yet. A, because he's a spear wielder and he will probably wreck my face. But B, because this door right here is actually one of the doors we were at earlier that we could not open from the side we were on. And what this will do is lead us right back to the bonfire room, which is fantastic because now we are pretty much ready to take a shot at the boss. So what I'm going to do is use a couple of humanity here. I'm going to go ahead and use my Soul of a Hero so that I can get a couple of levels. We will get a couple of levels going in here. 44, that should put us in the perfect range. We are going to repair our equipment with the souls we have left over. Whoop. There we are. Now we're going to reverse hollowing and kindle this bonfire. And hopefully we will get some summoned help. And then we will make our way to the boss battle. And this is... I know I've said this a lot about stuff in Anor Londo. One of my favorite boss battles is this fight. So, first things first, let's get some summons going here. Oh, this is an... Oh, wow. That guy might be really, really powerful. Also, another summon sign. Guy that looks very similar to my character in a lot of ways. Still using the Knight Shield, though. The Knight Shield, I know I said earlier, and by earlier I mean much, much earlier when we actually found it, that it's not a bad shield to pick up at that point. There's a lot of better stuff. So let's go ahead and we'll wave at this guy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? We're just waiting for another one. Although, wow. Please don't run out ahead. I don't want to have to chase you. Let's try... Maid of Explodium. Interesting name. And... Whoops. That's totally not what I meant to do. Just having a little fun with the, with our friend here. Our new friend. No second summon. Oh, there he is. Yes. Maid of Explodium. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Alright, now we are ready to go. So we're going to head back through the room where that first Silver Knight, or not first Silver Knight, where those 2 Silver Knights were, the one that was guarding the chests that I just failed to parry. Oh, there we see some sorcery being launched in by the guy who's actually in the heaviest armor of the bunch. But I kind of figured he was going to be a sorcerer. If you look at his headpiece, and you may have to go back to actually get a good look at it, but if you look at his headpiece, it's very much a sorcery-specific headpiece. Also, that weapon that he is using, which I will show you how to get later, is actually a sorcery-specific weapon as well. And it does stuff like that giant energy blast that you just saw. Alright, cool. Let me grab my stuff out of here. Silver Knight helm, armor, gauntlets, and leggings. So now we can look like one of those guys if we want to. And now, you may think, well, why do you need 2 summons for the boss? I mean, you're far enough into the game, you've gained some power. Is there any really reason to take 2 summons into the boss fight? And I'm going to tell you, you haven't seen this boss fight. So, I'm going to heal up real quick, just to make sure nothing goes wrong. We have a couple of Royal Sentinels below us. there's also one of the archers across the way. Also, we get a message the black eye orb is quivering. That's a hint to use the black eye orb in this hallway, which I fully don't intend on using right now. Come on. Come on. What are you guys doing? Let's go, fellas. Alright, I'm heading through the fog wall. And here we will meet the vigilant protectors of Anor Londo, Executioner Smough, and up top, Dragonslayer Ornstein. And this is one of the most epic fights in the game, in my opinion. As soon as my help comes through, oh boy. Alright, so typically what players will do is they will wait to see who the host goes after and assume that's who the host wants taken down first. In my case right now, I don't really care, but there is a reason to take down a particular character first or last. Taking down Ornstein first means that you will fight a superior version of Smough, and you will also be able to get Smough's armor, weapons, so on and so forth. Alternatively, taking down Smough first allows you to fight Super Ornstein and get his armor, weapons, and whatnot. And while I prefer Ornstein's armor for its basic looks, Smough is actually the easier of the secondary fights. Although now Smough has imbued himself with Ornstein's electrical power, he also gets all his health back, and he actually has a health boost, so that can make things... that makes the second bit of the fight a tad bit longer. However, Smough... wait, is he I can't remember. I'm trying to remember if Smough is resistant to fire or not. Let's find out, shall we? I don't know, Great Chaos Fireball does about 500 damage. Oh, he is in the nastiest crossfire I've ever seen. Miracles, sorceries, and pyromancy. Smough, you might be about to get wrecked there, friend. Alright, I need to get back away from him before he does his big stompy lightning attack, and there we are. Yep. And there is Executioner Smough down, and we now have his soul so that we can make his weapon if we so desire. Also, humanity, sunlight metal for having the help of our friend there, and a cool 50,000 souls. I'm a little disappointed that boss fight went so well and so quickly. But when you have three guys, three magic users, and all using different types of magic, especially when you have, you know, Super Smough at the end rather than Super Ornstein, yeah, the fight's not that difficult. If it was Super Ornstein, because of his speed, he would probably have murdered all three of us fairly quickly. Well, I don't know if he would have killed us all fairly quickly, but it makes our magic much less effective. So now we have found the third bonfire of Anor Londo, and we are going to rest here. And I believe I will go ahead and spend my souls to level up. No, actually, I'm going to hang on to them. Because we are about to get an item that will make things so much easier from here on out. So heading through this door, we're going to meet someone that we may have seen earlier. Remember the statue in the cathedral in the last episode?
Thou hast journeyed far and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child.
Yes, this is the princess who still resides in Anor Londo.
O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his form did obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee. And beseech thee, succeed Lord Gwyn and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
So, as she said, her name is Guinevere, and she just gave us the Lord Vessel, which, if you read the on-screen prompt, means that we can now warp between bonfires. The other thing she is the leader of a covenant, the Princess Guard Covenant, who mainly, the only reason you would join the Princess Guard is they have a couple of miracles that are specific to them and them alone. Other than that, there's really not much reason to be in that covenant unless you simply just want to be able to use those miracles. So now, what we can actually do, when we head back to the bonfire, we will see that we will have the warp option. And right now we've only got 4 bonfires we can warp to. The Firelink Shrine bonfire, the Undead Parish bonfire, which is the one where Andre is hanging out doing his blacksmithing, the Daughter of Chaos bonfire, and the Anor Londo bonfire, which is actually the first bonfire here. We can also warp to the bonfire that is the one we are currently setting at. But I do believe that will do it for this episode. And in the next episode, I'm not real sure what's going to happen in the next episode, but it should be interesting. That is to be sure. But as always, I have been your host, Jeffrey Lazarus, and thank you for watching.